Hi, and welcome to this walkthrough of my new Notion Invoices and Timesheet template. The template is completely free and available on the Notion Marketplace. I've put a link to it in the video description below. The template is designed to work with Pop Invoice, a tool for creating and managing invoices, but you can also use it as a standalone time logging and invoice tracking system. Now I'll quickly walk you through how the template works. At the top of the home page, you'll see all your current projects. And this is where you can quickly start or stop recording time against any project. To begin tracking time, just click Start Recording on the project record. The projects you're tracking time for will appear in the panel on the left. Simply click the Stop Recording button to stop recording the time against the project. As you can see, you can also record time for more than one project at once. And you can either stop the time recording from the project section or the current time recording section on the left. This template is also designed for teams. If a teammate starts tracking time for a shared project, it'll also show up in your left-hand panel alongside your time log for the project. As well as stopping your own time, you can stop time tracking on behalf of a team member directly from the left-hand panel like this. If you want to see all the time logged against a project, simply click into the project record. The time logs are listed in the content page as well as in the tab at the top. From here, you can create an invoice from the time logs. All you have to do is check the Add to Invoice checkbox against the time logs you want to include. So in this example, I want to add the time logs I recorded in May. I'll check those two, then click Create Invoice from Selected Time Logs button. A message will pop up telling you how many time logs you've selected and the total hours. For invoices, I round up the minutes to the nearest half an hour. Click Continue to create the invoice. A new invoice record is created. It automatically adds in the client and project it's for. Scroll down and you'll see it's added in the time logs here. This is where you add the invoice details. And below it is what the PDF will look like in Pop Invoice when you create it. The description defaults to a list of the time logs, but you can overwrite this, so I'll add in support hours for May in the description property. The price is pulled in from the project, but can also be added here. The quantity is automatically calculated from the time logs, and as I said, it rounds it up to the nearest half an hour. You can also add non-time log items to the invoice, for example, for train tickets. Just add a new item and I'll put the description as train tickets, set the price to 100 and quantity is 2. Once you've added everything to the invoice, scroll to the top, set the status to ready. It's already calculated the total for you, but you can add in a tax percentage. For example, in the UK we put 20% VAT, and that will calculate it and add it to the total. Then click on Create in Pop Invoice to open the PDF. And here you can see the information has been brought through from Notion and added to the PDF in Pop Invoice. You can add your logo and customize the template in Pop Invoice. Now you have a few options. You can email it directly to the client or download it or save to download later. Back in Notion, you can see all invoices created for the project. Pop Invoice automatically sets the status to created, and you can update the invoice status as needed. If you're not using Pop Invoice, you can still use this setup to manage and track your invoices. Time logs just added to an invoice are no longer shown in the uninvoiced view, but remain visible in other views. Next, I'll quickly walk you through the rest of the template. At the top, you'll find a Charts button. Clicking this opens a page with a set of charts based on your invoice data. The first chart shows your total overdue invoices. Clicking on it brings up details about each invoice, such as which client it's for. In this example, there are no invoices due this week, so the chart on the right is empty. Below that, you'll see a chart for total invoiced amount by client, one for total overdue amount by client, plus a breakdown of how much you've invoiced each month. Also, at the top of the homepage, there's a help button with videos and detailed instructions for using the template. The About button includes a short background about me and my contact info, and finally there's a button that links to Pop Invoice. Scrolling down, you'll see the Clients section. This lists all clients with an active project, along with total invoices per client, total amount invoiced, and any overdue amount. Below this is the Invoices section, which shows all your invoice information. You can also switch to a calendar view to see invoices by due date. From this section, you can create a new invoice from time logs. Just click the button, select a project. You'll return to the same time log selection screen I showed earlier. Over on the left-hand panel on the home page, there's a set of dashboard links. These present the same information that's on the home page, but in different layout. The project dashboard shows all active projects with additional details like total hours worked, hours invoiced, and invoice totals. You can also start or stop time tracking directly from here. If I do that and return to the home page, you'll see the active time tracking appears on the left-hand panel. Next is the timesheet dashboard, showing your current projects at the top again, and below a list of all the uninvoiced time logs. As before, you can select the time logs you want and generate an invoice by clicking this button. Simply select the project you want to create the invoice for, and you'll be taken straight to the project page with the relevant time logs already selected and ready to go. Finally, back on the home page, you'll also find quick links to the Clients and Invoices dashboards. These show similar information to what we've already covered, just in a slightly different layout. And that's a quick walkthrough of the template. If you need help using it, have suggestions for new features, or just have general questions about Notion, feel free to contact me. You can also visit the Pop Invoice website to learn more about generating PDF invoices and automating your invoice process. Thanks for watching.